Hey guys, welcome back to Luke's Garage. Today we are going to be working on old Blue here. She has a leaky exhaust manifold gasket on both sides. And the reason I know that is because when I turn it on I can hear a distinctive tick. It's not a lifter, it's not anything like that. It's definitely an exhaust manifold leak. I'll turn this on, show you kind of what it sounds like. I won't try to talk to you while the engine's running because I don't think you'd be able to hear me all that well. But it's a pretty easy repair again. It just takes time, so we will spend some time and get this repair done. So yeah, let's move on to the turning the truck on, and then I'll go over the material that you need, and then through the install. So we need to spray each bolt on the exhaust manifold with some kind of penetrating catalyst. Blaster works the best. It's around everywhere in any auto parts store. And you just want to get every single little bolt, there we go, just coated, that you're going to take off of your exhaust manifolds. And let that sit for, I'm going to let this one sit for about 24 hours because this truck was in storage for a while, just so I don't break any of these bolts off or anything. I want to make sure they come out. Okay, so what we want to do is, first things first, remove everything that's in the way of the exhaust header. I usually start with the spark plug wires. Take blue tape, wrap it around each spark plug wire, and label them so I know which went where. They're in their little plastic clips, so they should be in order, but sometimes they're not. And then we want to obviously move to all of our removal of the bolts. Everything's holding that exhaust manifold to the engine block, so we'll take those off. Spark plug wires, I already took this one off. They basically just pull out. I'll get a wrench on these. Our penetrating oil has had time to sit, so everything should be fairly easy to get off. We'll see though. Okay, so we finally have the exhaust manifold off. What we really want to look at to make sure of is that the old gasket isn't stuck on there. It looks like it might be stuck on the back still. Hopefully when you get done you should find your parts. So here's the old exhaust gasket. Obviously it needs to be replaced. I don't even know where the other chunk is. Again, I'm thinking it's probably on the back there somewhere, if there at all. I don't know, it was pretty nasty sounding, but we have our exhaust manifold here, so we'll spend some time cleaning these parts up. Maybe, good luck. Holy cow, this is dirty. Oh, it's right here. Yep. So we just really want to clean up these mating surfaces, you know, nothing heavy sanding or anything, because you don't want to make these unflat. You still want them to be flat, but maybe just touch them up a little bit. Get some of that carbon out of here. There's no shortage of it. It's kind of nasty. But anyways, so what I'll do is I'll cut this real quick and clean this. We'll come back, put our new gaskets on with a little RTV to hold them in place, and then we'll reinstall this whole thing back on the motor. Okay guys, so what you could see was I was using just a buffing wheel to take off the majority of the crap that was on this flange. We just want to make sure that the surface is super flat, clean from any debris. I'll do a little bit more cleaning. As you can see, there's still some gunk stuck on here too, so I'll come back through and scrape this off and try and level it up. But yeah, you really want to get these as clean and flat as possible before you put your new gaskets on. That'll ensure a great seal. If you're buying Fel-Pro gaskets, I don't recommend putting RTV on these, because those gaskets are designed with silicone in them to seal. RTV will just cause you problems down the road. But anyways, I'll clean these up a little bit more. As you can see, just threw some flat black on them, some high temp paint. So I'll kind of dress them up a little bit. Nothing special, obviously, but cleans them up. So yeah, so I'll get back to cleaning these, and I'll talk about it when I got those cleaned up. Okay guys, I realized that I lost a bunch of video on the disassembly of this. This is the passenger side, so what I'll do is just video the reassembly, because believe it or not, they're one and the same. So anyways, with the parts that I was going to tell you about, so we obviously have our manifold. Painting the manifold, you want flame proof up to 13 to 2000 degree paint. Anything less will just bake right off, won't do you any good. Obviously, just kind of just temporarily painting this, because I'm going to change these out later, so I really don't care how it looks. Assembly of the manifold. So your bolts, I label everything with blue tape, just because I tend to forget where things go. Even if I have videos and stuff, it makes it easier if you just label it. So obviously my rear bolts for the manifold, these are longer, the two in the middle. Also longer bolts, but if you get to the front, you notice that these guys are shorter. So easy enough to figure out why. The depth of the actual mount is lower than the other four on the manifold, and that's why those are a little bit shorter. So what I'm hoping is that if you guys get to the end and you get stuck somewhere and you forget where something goes, you can see this video and see where everything fits. These little washers are all spacers on your bolts, so there should be one for each bolt. What we're going to do first is get our exhaust gas recirc system hooked back up. We got a new beveled manifold gasket, which fits down inside here, right up against, if you can get this, it'll fit right in there in your exhaust, coming from your manifold down to your exhaust pipe. So that beveled end sits right in there. Make sure you replace these. They're like 10 bucks. They tend to leak too. The one I had in here I threw away. It was in the video, but it was completely destroyed. I'm sure it was another case of where it was leaking. So pretty easy. That sits in there like so. Fits down into the can't think, I'm sorry. Fits right down into that pipe right there. And the orientation, I'll set that up, should be just like this. So my vacuum line that I have right there, labeled with my blue tape, connects to that guy. Obviously everything's labeled blue tape so I don't forget. But what I'll do is start getting those mounted up. This will sit in there first. Your flange bolts on the exhaust will come up through those. And then this whole system will mate right up here to your exhaust manifold. So what I'll do is assemble that, and then we will I'll video more when I'm assembling everything, just so you can see everything goes together. Okay, so what we need to do now is prep our manifold with the gaskets. Again, I don't use any RTV because these gaskets from Fel-Pro, from anybody, are basically impregnated with silicone or some other additive to make them seal up correctly. You always want the metal side on the manifold. So what these will do when you run the bolts through, these are designed to hang on the bolt so they don't fall. So they'll hold themselves in place when you run your bolts in there. What else you want to do is make sure you have all your other gaskets. So I'm going to need a gasket in between EGR type stuff, to the bottom of my manifold right here. So what I'll do is all these bolts, put some high temperature anti-seize grease on them as well. Wire brushed them just to make them smooth. You can also tap them if you want to, if the threads are really bad. And you know, prep all the surfaces, make sure they're smooth, make sure they're free and clear of all old gasket material, any kind of debris, and as flat as possible. So what I'll do is, since I can't do it with the camera, I will pre-mount this manifold in place with these bolts so that there's enough space to basically slip these through and hang them on the bolts before I tighten it down. So I'll prep that and show you what it looks like, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so we have our exhaust manifold slightly installed. As you can see, we got our studs sticking out just enough to catch our gaskets. Gaskets, I'm not sure if I said earlier on, but the metallic side, these are Fel-Pro, like what I'm using now, facing towards the manifold. And as you can see, they sit right in there and they cradle right on top of those studs. So that is, there we go. That's the correct installation. I'll do the same for the ones in the back, and then also the ones in the middle. And then we can crank this down, and then we can begin the installation of our EGR stuff. We'll call it for right now because I can't think straight. So let me install the rest of these gaskets. We'll crank down our studs. They go down to 25 foot-pounds on this Chevy small block 350. Yeah, so I'll do that really quick, and then I'll start showing you how you do the rest of this assembly. Okay, so we have all of our gaskets installed. Everything looks like it's lining up fine. I got my 14mm socket, and all you do is just crank her down. Try and go even on everything out of the gates. What that means is slightly tight, go around the hole, you know, all of the bolts, slightly tighten them down evenly so that this mates up all the way across fairly even, and then do your final torques, you know, slowly at a time, incremental. I go down to 10 and then I go to 25 on all of them. So yeah, pretty simple with reinstalling this, same way with uninstalling except without the torque specs. So I will, instead of boring you with this, I will get this done and get back to you. Okay, so we have the exhaust manifolds installed. We need to complete our manifold transition. Sorry, it's out of focus. Back down there. And those parts are right behind me. You also have to have your pickup tubes that go in your exhaust manifold if you have those. And what those are is, if you have these stainless lines that come out for all of your vacuum and exhaust gas relay system, that's where those go, just to make sure that those connections fit in there, and pinch those in there tight. I dropped them on the ground, but anyways, so what we got to do is this guy sandwiches back down in there. And the easiest way to do that is to put your manifold in place first, crank it down to spec, and then what it'll do is hold this in place while you're trying to thread that big bolt right there, that one, and then the one on the other side, through your gasket, through this, and into the manifold. So yeah, having it pinch this in place is pretty helpful when you don't have anybody else to hold anything, and always make sure that this guy's replaced as well. That's that gasket I was telling you about earlier. Fits down in the pipe, and then all the bolts right up through and tighten this down. But for now, I got to go to the parts store and get the gasket that fits right here because I didn't get the right one. So anyways, I'll run and grab that. I'll do the install, and then I'll get back to you. So the last component that we have to install after our manifold is installed and torqued down to spec is our Efe valve, so early fuel evaporative valve, sits right below the manifold, right there in that void, and then connects obviously to the downpipe. So we have our new gasket on the top end, we have our new gasket on the bottom end. This is always the hardest part for me because the bolts are hard to get started. So if you have your manifold locked down and your exhaust downpipe still, has some pressure pushing up, but still enough play to push down, it will hopefully hold this piece in place enough where I can get some thread bite on these bolts, because all the gaskets are new. So yeah, I would film this, but it is impossible where it's at to film it. You get the idea. Bolts go through right up to there and just thread on all three of them. I'll do a film from the lower end so you can see what it looks like, but I will I'll get this done, and then I'll do some video from the bottom just to show you what it all looks like. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to install the air pump. So you have the front stud obviously on your manifold, has a lock nut right there, so we'll thread the air pump through there, and it also goes through the block, that long bolt on your alternator right there, passes all the way through and locks into the block, and also locks this air pump in place. So we want to put that in place first. So what I'll do is put the nut on there, tighten that down, get this all put in order. Hoses hooked back up, this guy. Then I got another air hose sitting around here somewhere. Yeah, I'll get that done, and then I will put the alternator back on. Okay, so the last thing we had to do, got our air pump hooked up, hoses hooked up. We got our remaining vacuum line. I'll have to reroute that one, but it still goes down to our EFE. Spark plugs are all in. Then the final thing we did was retorque down our alternator. I threw a new belt on because it needed one. Yeah, so moment of truth, we'll turn it on. Hopefully the noise is gone. I'm sure there'll be another issue that pops up just to make me happy. But one thing down, I guess. Now I just need to get to the other side and complete that, and then basically replace every single thing on this frickin' truck. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to hit me up with any questions. Took a long time, took like 3 hours to do one side, but success. Nothing went back together. I don't even know what to say. My mind is fried. Anyways, let's turn it on.